News leader.
While the CDC says fully vaccinated Americans can safely travel, health experts are concerned of another possible surge on the horizon.
Ease of restrictions start today for many businesses in Erie. You'll hear from one local restaurant owner on their plans for this year.
We'll take a closer look at President Biden's sweeping $2 trillion infrastructure and jobs plan.
Live in high definition from your news leader, this is 1024 Action News at 11.
New at 11, the CDC now says it is safe for fully vaccinated Americans to travel, and millions seem to be taking advantage of those new guidelines. But health experts fear holiday gatherings could lead to another surge. Here's ABC's Elwin Lopez with the details.
As millions of Americans gather with family for the holiday, health officials expressing concern.
If you have unvaccinated people mingling, I do worry about another surge. That's what we've seen after every holiday. People can hold off through this weekend. Be careful. I think we're going to be in a much, much better place.
Daily case totals rising in nearly half the United States, up 20% nationally the past 2 weeks. Dr. Michael Osterholm telling NBC we're at the beginning of a fourth surge.
At this point, we will see in the next 2 weeks the highest number of cases reported globally since the beginning of the pandemic. In terms of the United States, we're just at the beginning of this surge. We haven't even really begun to see it yet.
Vaccination efforts continue to ramp up. More than 4 million doses administered on Saturday, a new single-day record. According to the CDC, more than 104 million Americans have received at least one dose. Michigan, which reported 8,400 new cases on Saturday, is opening up vaccine eligibility to everyone over 16 beginning Monday. New guidelines from the CDC say it is safe for fully vaccinated individuals to travel, but non-essential travel is still discouraged. Nearly 1.6 million people passing through TSA checkpoints on Friday, up from 200,000 this time last year. And across much of Pennsylvania, restaurants can increase capacity to 75%. In New York City, the St. James Theater participating in a 10-week program to determine how to safely reopen Broadway theaters.
This is the beginning of coming home.
And at the Texas Rangers home opener tomorrow, the stadium will allow full capacity. Meanwhile, the push is on to get all students back in the classroom and make up for lost time.
We put $6.6 billion to provide tutors, after school, summer school, to extend the school year.
Elwin Lopez, ABC News.
The ease of restrictions began today for restaurants and business owners just in time for spring. Julia Hazel reports that one owner we spoke to says the alcohol lift is the best benefit.
Starting Sunday, April 4th, bars and restaurants in Pennsylvania can now serve alcohol without the purchase of food, and the addition of the lift on alcohol curfew along with the increase of occupancy for businesses.
Today we have our first live music again, so hopefully we'll get some people hanging out for a little bit in the bar area.
Gyms, malls, casinos, theaters, and other facilities can increase occupancy to 75%. Indoor events can be 25%, and outdoor events can go up to 50% of maximum occupancy. For restaurants who are not self-certified, they can increase their capacity to 50%, and self-certified restaurants can go to 75%.
I think it's going to be really big for us, especially moving into the spring and summer here. You know, a lot of people are getting more comfortable with the banquets.
Even though restaurants can increase their capacity to 50 or 75%, one restaurant owner mentions that you still have to stay 6 feet apart.
I don't see the huge benefit in going from 50 to 75% because tables still have to be 6 foot apart, so there's no great benefit there.
Melody says the real benefit here is the ease of restriction on alcohol.
It allows people to come in and have a drink, so if you go to dinner someplace else and you want to stop in for a beer or two on your way home, then that's good for everybody in our business, I think.
Julia Hazel, Jet 24 Action News.
Let's take a look at the latest COVID-19 numbers for today. The State Department of Health reporting 24 new positive cases in Erie County. Crawford County reporting 3, Warren County up 4. Chautauqua County continues to report a total of 8,261. Ashtabula County reporting no new cases today. Across the state, 3,933 new cases today and 7 new deaths. Now to the latest vaccination efforts in our area. Erie County, 128,221 vaccinations have been administered. Crawford County, the number's 41,620, and in Warren County, 14,024 shots have been given. Across the state, more than 5.5 million people have been vaccinated. If you need information on where and how to sign up for a COVID vaccine, it's as easy as logging onto our website. Go to yourerie.com and click on this link. This week, President Biden introduced a sweeping $2 trillion infrastructure and jobs plan. The president's plan is already being met with criticism from Republicans. Washington correspondent Rashad Hudson has the story.
President Biden says his infrastructure plan will deliver a once-in-a-generation investment into the country, but many Republicans are not on board with what's in the plan.
It's the biggest investment in America since FDR, since the New Deal.
Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm and Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg are defending President Biden's massive infrastructure and jobs plan.
Each passing day that our infrastructure crumbles, that hurts our economy and it puts our safety in danger.
Republicans like Missouri Senator Roy Blunt support improvements, but don't think President Biden's bill is focused on the right things.
I think it's a big mistake for the administration. They know I think it's a mistake, and I also think it would be an easy victory if we go back and look at roads and bridges and ports and airports.
To pay for the plan, the White House is proposing a tax increase on corporations and wealthy Americans. Kentucky Senator Rand Paul says the wealthy already pay their fair share.
The income tax in our country is heavily skewed already towards the wealthy. In fact, a little known fact, we actually have a more progressive income tax here than they do in Sweden.
Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders disagrees that wealthy people already pay their fair share in taxes.
But the time is long overdue to demand that the wealthiest people in this country and the largest corporations stop paying their fair share of taxes.
Getting the needed 60 votes to pass an infrastructure bill in the Senate will be an uphill battle for Democrats. According to a study cited by the White House, the U.S. ranks 13th in the world when it comes to infrastructure. In Washington, Rashad Hudson, back to you.
Following Friday's deadly attack at the Capitol, which comes less than 3 months after the January 6th riots, the Capitol Police Union says morale is low among officers and is asking lawmakers for help. An official tasked with investigating security failures during the January riots says more officers and more money is needed. Here's ABC's Faith Abube with the details.
Capitol Police Officer Ken Shaver greeted with cheers as he left the hospital on Saturday, 3 days after he was injured in Friday's deadly attack at the Capitol. Fellow officer Billy Evans, an 18-year veteran and father of 2, died in the same attack at a Capitol security checkpoint.
Billy died a hero's death, and it wasn't something he was looking for, and we certainly would much rather have him with us.
The Capitol Police Union is asking lawmakers to ramp up security. Missouri Senator Roy Blunt believes Congress needs to balance security with public access to the Capitol complex.
Make it as secure as it needs to be, but as free as we could possibly make it. It's an important element of who we are. It's an important symbol of who we are.
With the force understaffed by more than 230 officers, the police union saying Capitol Police are at a breaking point. The union chairman saying officers are reeling and morale is rapidly approaching crisis levels. Friday's incident comes less than 3 months after the January 6 riots at the Capitol that left 5 people dead. Retired General Russell Honore led a review of security failures on that day, and he believes more officers and additional funding is needed.
It's time for Congress to work the plan. We gave them the plan. We need to up our game in support of the Capitol Police.
Meanwhile, investigators are working to piece together the final days of the suspect, 25-year-old Noah Green, who was fatally shot during Friday's incident. His brother telling the Washington Post, Green slid into deep religiousness and paranoia, leaving family and friends concerned about his mental state. He also reportedly battled drug addiction and suicidal thoughts. Faith Abube, ABC News, Washington.
All right, let's get you ready to go for another week. And weather, well, we need some rain, and it's going to feel like